way that you make me feel like I've never been felt before. When look in your eyes, I found the one I've been waiting for. I'm feeling electric. Our love is electric. The way that you make me feel like I've never been felt before. I'm feeling electric. Look in your eyes, I found the one I've been waiting for. I'm feeling electric. The way that you make me feel like I've never been felt before. Look in your eyes, I found the one I've been waiting for. I'm feeling electric. Our love is electric. The way that you make me feel like I've never been felt before. I'm feeling electric. Look in your eyes, I found the one I've been waiting for.
It's like
BDC, welcome back to another matchup. This one we got Apprentice. What match day is this? 4? For a remake of match day 4, I believe. We got L7 versus PN. Pretty heated matchup. I know a couple people on both teams are good friends with each other. But speaking of good friends, I'm here, joined with BrimmyWithDaHaemi, hashtag bang. Say what's up.
What's up, everybody? What's up? I'm really excited for today's matchup. I think it'll be a really solid test of the hopeful middle field of the Apprentice tier here. So we should see some pretty close matches, I think.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I do believe PN is currently 0-6, looking to secure their first win. I think this might be the team to do it. They are facing an L17 with an incomplete roster, which seems to be a common theme. So far, I believe they've had 4 of their 5 starting players for each map day so far. But we'll see if this trend will continue and if PN can take down a map. You think they do it?
Oh yeah, I think they do. I'm kind of curious to see what their picks and bans are going to look like here. Just knowing the players that I do on their roster, I'm kind of curious to see some of the changes that they've made over the last few match days to you know, kind of play more around their comps and more in their comfort areas. So I'll be curious to see that, and as well as you know, another game and another match day of L7 not having a full roster. So I'll be curious to see how they continue to play and develop over this year, from this match day until they finally have their full 5-man roster playing together. It could be pretty problematic for them, being that their duelist is out tonight. So that'll be a point to look at here.
Yeah, I am curious to see if anybody ends up like flexing on a duelist, or if they really just have JukeBox, who is their sub, to come in and fill that duelist role entirely. I know from my past experience, they do like to play Yoru, and if anybody else is like me, you know, they're just gonna fry. However, we'll see if that trend continues. But
Yeah, no. JukeBox is a pretty well-known player. I know last year JukeBox was, one of the people that they went to a lot for kind of like that super sub. Played in quite a few matches for a few different teams. I think eventually was rostered. I could be totally wrong there, but
I thought
I
they
know
were on
I played.
ATO.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought they were on ATO eventually. If not, I know they were subbing at one point for ATO and then maybe joined later on. But JukeBox is a player to watch out for. Has potential to pop off, as well as KingCozy as well. There's a lot of firepower on that L7 team. So
I was just gonna say another person to watch out for is KingCozy. They did come up from Prospect last season, or they were in Prospect last season. Now they're an Apprentice, and surprisingly enough, somebody who just got promoted is quickly becoming one of the top players in the division. So looking to see if Cozy and the supporting cast can take their first 2-0. If I understand correctly, I believe they're 3-3. So if they can take one down, we'll see if that is part of their future. But off the map picks and bans, I don't know who has first pick, but PN.
Project Nova. Yep.
PN's got the first ban. We shall see.
I'm kind of curious to
what
see
they
what
go
the picks and bans are going to look like here. You expect to see maybe neon-friendly maps come out here with Queenie on the other on PN here.
True. Although I do know that they have been practicing Jet. Although maybe they are still not as comfortable, being that they did just ban Ascent, and Breeze goes down too. So new word on Breeze, by the way.
Breeze is an icebox.
Getting rotated out of the map ban, or the map pool, which is probably best because everybody seems to ban it. But my vote is icebox as well.
Will we see an icebox here? We do see an icebox come out.
Well, this guy can see the future. Who's gonna win? Do you know?
I don't know. I have a feeling we might see a 1-1 here potentially, but I'm gonna go for the spicy pick, and I'm gonna go all in on the 2-0 of PN.
Ooh, okay.
I think they're gonna get rolling finally. I think with having their full roster, they're at a little bit of an advantage, and they've played together a few match days now, so maybe they can take some of that momentum. Maybe we'll see Striker pop off here on the Sentinel role, and potentially carry his team to victory. We have Rael as well, that is also has a lot of potential to pop off on that team. So I'm predicting a 2-0 PN potentially here, but I think the likely outcome is probably going to be a 1-1.
See, I think if you're going to go with 2-0, I'll go with the 1-1. I mean, you did correctly pick the icebox ban. Do you think you can correctly predict the next one? Because then you might just convince me to roll with the 2-0.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, it's 2-0 PN at this point. I mean, it's set in stone. This guy just sees the future. He has the crystal ball. Lotus is the first map. Second one. What are our options? Split.
We have split. And we have. Oh man, this is when the map knowledge just goes out the window, huh?
Surely it's a breach map, no? Sunset?
Gotta be.
No.
Sunset.
Oh yeah,
Sunset. Yeah, Sunset. Yeah, this map pool has
I think it's gonna be Sunset.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's a fair pick. I know Queenie likes that map.
Pretty good neon map.
Pick.
I mean, not a great neon map, but it's definitely one that neon is playable on.
And I feel like also, just knowing Striker, I feel like Sunset's a viable pick here too, just because of, I think Striker likes this map quite a bit as well. But
I agree. It's a fun map.
Take a look, and there's the Sunset.
There it is.
It's just destined to be a 2-0 PN here. I mean,
all right. If Gamba hasn't locked in the L7 Discord, go put your bets in. PN 2-0 L7.
Tell him
Lock
Brimmy
it in.
sent you.
But I'm interested to see. So, what are these comps going to look like on Lotus? I mean, Lotus, I've definitely seen Neon played on Lotus. So, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a Queen Neon. But if she really has been practicing her Jet, I think, we've seen players like Spence, VK, both play Jet on this map in the Apprentice tier. So, I don't think it's out of the cards. But we shall see.
Yeah, and we have PN picking attack side on Lotus, and L7 has picked defense on Sunset. So PN will start on attack on both sides of both maps tonight. I'm excited to see what the comps are going to look like here. I can anticipate that we'll see KingCozy on Omen. Potentially BenTenz maybe on a Raze here. I know he has a lot of ability to play Raze, and with JukeBox coming in as a sub, maybe they give BenTenz the nod to step in as duelist while Flare is gone.
That you do bring up a good point. I do know. So BenTenz listed here as flex. However, what role primarily would you see him on? In my past experience, it's been Sova. I haven't seen him on many other initiators. Maybe he plays Fate. I don't recall. But I could definitely see a double duelist comp here with BenTenz playing that Raze and JukeBox opting for a duelist of the different caliber. Maybe a movement duelist or a teleporting one.
Yeah, most definitely. Kind of going back to what you were alluding to earlier with, there being a viable option of Jet on Sunset as well. Obviously, Raze is kind of the standard pick for a lot of duelists just because of the kit. It's just, super good. I think, it all comes down to comfort, right? I think that you can make a lot of stuff at this level of Valorant work as long as you're comfortable and you have good team chemistry to work around that playstyle. You can off meta a little bit, and I think Neon is one of those agents that's kind of in a weird spot where it's playable with the team. So
yeah, I think we've definitely seen some Neon comps in pro play. I do know on a attack side for Lotus there is a stun lineup for Neon. It sounds weird that a stun lineup, like what? That there's a stun lineup where you can hit and clear both the close push up and that entrance point where players will typically be opping, like right off that A bomb site. And that kind of eliminates the need for a breach, and that might even open up some new level of play and some new comps that you might not see. I mean, Viper is definitely viable in a way. Viper has been nerfed, but we'll see if any team whips it out. I know it is commonly picked on this map, so I'm interested to see how it all plays out.
Yeah, I am as well. I think these are two teams that in our predictions that will be middle of the pack teams here. It's a really big match day here, and we'll see who ends up on top. We're locking in the 1-1 call and the 2-0 PN call here, so we're about to head into the battlefield and into agent select here.
Yeah, it's agent select. We go.
What's your predictions on what is Queenie gonna lock in here? Are we gonna see a Neon, or are we gonna see more of a meta pick?
I'm gonna say Neon. I feel like the meta pick is Raze, and I just don't see it. Wow, that was quick.
I guess we have the double duelist comp coming out here.
Double duelist indeed. I kind of like this comp. I'm not even gonna lie. I think KJ has very KJ and Cypher both tend to play towards that C bomb site. However, they both play it somewhat differently, and there's some challenges that come into play with the two different picks when you're attacking. So, when you're going up against each of those individual sentinels. So I'm interested to see how L7 kind of adapt to this KJ pick, which used to be meta in the past, but I feel like this meta has shifted completely towards that Cypher pick as the main primary sentinel that Kirbs is now hovering. Double Neon.
Wow. Who would have guessed? Double Neon.
BenTenz locking in the Gecko. It's kind of a similar comp here.
Yeah, we have a very similar comps, you know. Maybe we were wrong. Maybe they are the meta, and we're the incorrect ones.
Yeah, I'm a bit disappointed that there's no breach, but that's just a little bit of bias on my part. But I like the double duelist.
I do as well. I think that's I think that's just a good indication of kind of what their game plans are coming in. It's just gonna be a lot of quick site retakes here.
Yeah, I am.
Quick site hits.
I am interested to see. We haven't seen much of Chakhae, aka Rael, as of yet. So I'm interested to see if they're going to be the primary entry, or if one of these two duelists is going to try and lurk. I do know QueenBee has stated in the past that sometimes Kirbs likes to leave trips a little high and she can just slide right under them. So I'm curious to see if that's something that happens in this matchup here.
Looks like we're about to find out here shortly.
Yeah. Being that Cypher is alone on C, Cam is up, but QueenBee gets the prime opportunity to go and see if these slides work. This definitely does look like it could be a little bit of a high trip. Entry slightly failed, but nobody's on site to contest it, so the site's going to be really uncontested here. And bomb is going to go down, planted for Mound. So, but Mound is not free. There are two players who are now able to take down QueenBee, who is probably completely unsuspecting of that. No flank watch coming from the side of KJ, and this site is just pried open. Now it's all up to Striker, who falls to JukeBox in a really clean retake from the side of PN. Or, I'm sorry, L7.
Yeah, and a pretty dominant round right there by L7. They retook that site with ease. You can kind of see their game plan. It looks like they know that they're going to be attacking sites fast and playing off site and playing retake. It's kind of the meta right now. It's just retake simulator, and that's just a well executed retake there. Kind of a poor site hold though by PN. Lack of flank watch. A lot of things they could clean up here, but it is round one, so. Yeah, no, it was tough to see everybody just completely pinching that site from the side of L7 if you're a fan of PN here, but something that is quite interesting to see, JukeBox holding this judge. Kind of an interesting pick. I like that they're playing these close angles, and those stuns are going to connect. They do need to watch their back here. Could get dangerous if anybody chooses to walk straight through, but a couple whiffs come in and Chakhae is able to find the trade on JukeBox. BenTenz does find two though. Now it's just a 2v4. The Marshal is heard, flashes out. Queenie gets a kill with the judge that they found from the opposing Neon and is now looking for more. Bomb is down though. They're just going to play this quietly, hoping to find a time, getting them to swing into them. But it's all for naught. The cam is going to spot one, and the running gun is going to do it. Judge reacquired. Yeah, and that's just another, obviously the gun advantage being on the side of L7 there, but that's just another really good retake. A good opening frag there from JukeBox to secure it with the judge there, and another good round by L7. Looking very strong with the sub in place here, so let's see if PN can make some adjustments.
Yeah, and interestingly enough, this judge has been thrown away. I don't know where it has disappeared to, but they are getting super aggressive with this Neon ult, which is not entirely effective from range. However, when you're just spamming through a smoke, the enemy team can't see you. There's no reason not to try and connect with a couple shots. However, everything is just kind of halted. They've seen everybody on C. And with PN kind of giving up, or L7 giving up this A control, everybody's kind of floated over towards this left side of site. Smarties might find a crazy unfortunate timing. Scott is able to find one. And now that's another gun down that L7 is able to take advantage of. However, they are getting this A site for free. So bomb is going to go down. They just need to play these numbers and these guns well. Chakhae trying to find a gunfight. Might hear players up towards heaven.
Yeah, we might have a timing here.
Wow. Travesty with a huge kill is going to hear another one. Chakhae finds one as well. And now we're just playing.
It looks like it got some timing here on Rebel.
Oh my goodness. They heard the door open. Can they find one? Wow, an excellent readjustment from Striker. And now it's all up to BenTenz, who does have a gun. And is probably just looking to do some damage. Chakhae, being the weakest of the bunch, does go down. The Striker with that long range aim.
Yeah, that's a good comeback round there from PN. Kind of had a bit of a tough. It looks like we have a tech pause here for potentially Scoot or BenTenz here. Well, I can't tell who. But yeah, on the side of PN, I think they had a lot of really good adjustments there. They got picked in the mid lanes, obviously, on B site there. Didn't clear the corner. Kind of gave away a gun there potentially, but they had a good recovery. They held their site well and got full control of A site, just because that probably drew over all the rotates from A site into that B site. So all in all, good round.
Yeah. I guess. Uh-oh. So, walls are down, however, they cannot walk through them yet. And now the round has started.
Okay. This is an interesting development here. Appears to be some confusion on the player's end.
Oops. Okay, no play.
Okay, no play.
Okay, never
Okay,
mind. We play.
This is an interesting development here. L7 was able to get quite a bit of space out there on A site and is pushing out quickly and is about to catch a timing here potentially on Striker.
So,
Okay, they
JukeBox has a bunch of space up A. And a little bit of a jiggle in mid.
Yeah, this is an interesting momentum in this round here.
I guess right now we're playing protect the KingofScooters. QueenBee is able to find JukeBox but does take a decent amount of damage here from the judge. Queen now trying to search for one more. Time is running low though, and bomb needs to go down.
10 seconds left.
Bomb is getting planted though. They are going to stick it. Scott does get found. And that was the final player, so
And who
despite
needs
having
all
a 4v5, that is going to be the round in favor of L7.
Okay, so Falcon, the players are capable of pausing the match for tech pauses themselves, just in case emergency happens. So if they say tech, there will be an announcement saying blank player has paused match. And so what you kept doing was turning the pause off, and you started a round that wasn't meant to happen. And the thing is, I don't know what the ruling is on this. We might have to like revert that round. So I'm gonna go ping. I'm gonna go ping Nuclear Cats real quick, or we should.
It might need an
I don't
admin
know.
answer.
Yeah. So, give me a second. I'm gonna go ping an admin.
Can we still be heard?
We can. Gotcha.
Okay. So, slight technical difficulties. We will be right back.
The way that you make me feel like I've never been felt before. One look in your eyes, I found the one I've been waiting for. I'm feeling electric. Our love is electric. The way that you make me feel like I've never been felt before. I'm feeling electric. Look in your eyes, I found the one I've been waiting for. I'm feeling electric. Could you make me feel like I've never been felt before? I'm feeling electric. In your eyes, I found the one I've been waiting for.
It's like
And we are back with a round rollback. Little bit of confusion. However, we now are looking at the same thing that we were looking at a round ago. It's crazy. It's magic. It's magic.
I bet you guys didn't have that on your bingo cards.
Definitely not. Definitely not. All right. I think we are ready
Yeah.
to get this party started. Fortunately, there's a little bit of a glitch on my screen where I can't see the mini map. But we will rock with it, baby. Whoa. No. No.
That's
problems
amazing. I'll fix
at
it.
all. I now get to be solely dependent on the observer here, and I'd love to see it. All right, so at least 2 people on C. Cam is spotted, so I'd only assume that Cypher is here alone. Slowly taking this A main control. I found a workaround. I can just move the map on my screen. Great shot from Striker, finding that kill on JukeBox in stairs. And with that kill, they're going to go and make the call to full hit A. However, Smarties is on this lurk and might be able to find a timing in B. Is down. And they're just going to play offsite. The only person on site here is Travesty, who is able to find one. And an excellent kill from Trav there. And wow, Travesty's on a heater. Finds one more. And now hunting for this 4K potentially. We heard the aggression out of B main. And they might just catch QueenBee on this peak. Kirbs is able to find the kill. And here we go. Slowly but surely.
Looks like they're just doing a lot of hunting here. Trying to take some guns out of the hands of the L7 team here.
Yeah, I like the call.
We might have another
Let's get
timing
cleared.
here.
They hear the wow. KingCozy finds that kill. Luckily it was only a Spectre.
Yeah, it was a great round right there by Travesty. Travesty had quite a few key kills there. Once they got onto site, it was just free for the taking, just because of the L7 just kind of playing retake and just getting picked, taking a lot of ones there.
Yeah, I mean, to get that first pick from Striker, which seemed to be kind of a lurk play. I mean, that's kind of a huge pick, and you saw the call instantly to hit that A site. Likely only one player to be there, and that person ended up just completely rotating off. Decided to wait out of this smoke. And ooh, Chakhae tries to find one in B, and with 2 duelists now being spotted, surely that would find some rotates, but Omen and Neon here are staying true to this rubble hold, and now there's 3 players here, and this is just getting swallowed by the defense. KingCozy finds 2.
How comes the Gecko ult?
Weenie finds 1 as well. Is weak though. And bombs down though, so this could get dangerous. Queenie somehow lives that. A little bit of a whiff from Scooter. It's now a 2v3. Bomb is down, however.
30 seconds
Kirbs
left.
just refuses to even move. Kirbs is standing strong on the C site. And now, oh my goodness, this bomb smoked off, but they're in it. And KingCozy is going to find the gun, poking out that smoke, and now it's all up to Queenie, who only has 12 seconds to
10
get this
seconds
done.
left.
And I don't think they're going to do anything here.
Yeah, what a round there by L7, collapsing on that A space and just holding their ground there.
Yeah, the not getting, like, not biting on that fake after seeing both duelists in B is honestly quite interesting. You saw both players go back towards A link, and the 2 players in Rubble just stood their ground. Maybe if they exec'd on B, they would. The plan was to push through A lobby and try to pinch site through, you know, B main.
I think that's the
But
advantage of the setup that L7 has here. I mean, they have everybody anchoring their sites and then pushing up into rubble and keeping that space. So really PN is lacking a lot of space and giving a lot of information to L7 here.
yeah, I mean, surely they try and pick up the pace here, although you look at that previous round and the complete opposite just happened. You know, now you have 0 players on, or just Neon on A holding this rebel space instead of having both. I like this transition call onto B. That Omen TP was so good from Cozy. It's unfortunate that he decided to whiff all of those shots. Razal is going to come through and can't find the kill on Scooter. But Chakhae can find it with the weapon. Kirbs trying to pinch and is able to find one in B main. But now in just a 2v4 situation is tough. However, 2 players are weak on the side of PN, and this could just get ugly. L7 can find a pick here. Kirbs knows that KJ is holding this. They are one shot as well. They just need to connect a shot, but they can't. Striker living on 1 health, and Travesty is there to pick up the final kill.
Wow, what a chaotic round. That one was, there was a couple key points there that could have, you know, shifted that round into the other's favor there. If KingCozy connects on those shots after that teleport, it could have been a world of hurting for PN. But you know, he's not a pro, and he whipped, and as a result, PN picked up the round there.
Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate, but it happens to the best of us. Sometimes you can't get it to go down, but it seems like they are really scared of this Cypher util. I like that Cypher moved the trips back in this round. They saw that, you know, the Cypher util was super close and they just rotated off, so maybe you give them this false security that they're not actually holding C. Although one trip has now gone down, KingCozy gets a great kill with a classic of all things. Up against a full buy practically. KingCozy just escapes but can't find the gun. So unfortunate that he couldn't get the gun back, but he's now back to riding in this corner. His aim did him dirty last time. Can he make it happen again?
14 health in a dream.
Yeah. And you see JukeBox just holding for this aggression. And Will here, all the ruckus, calls everybody over for the rotate. And now we're running into a stacked site here. Maybe the transition onto B here is the play after opening the door, but JukeBox is ready for it. But QueenBee finds that pick off of a huge gecko blind. Spike plant is denied. However, BenTenz, or Chakhae is trying to find this pinch, and BenTenz is able to get one. Uh-oh. QueenBee does recover.
10 seconds left.
And now there's only 8 seconds left, but bomb does go down, and these eco frags are coming in huge. I mean, they're in a man advantage right now, and one player is weak. One shot to a sheriff. Travesty trying to do what he can, does dodge the blind, but doesn't hear the drop. And they're getting pinched at this point. KingCozy finds one, and now it's all to Striker, who really is extremely weak. And can't find the kill. Wow, an excellent thrifty off the back of KingCozy.
Yeah, what a round by Cozy there. Really crucial Sky Hill coming in there from Scott as well to you know, replenish the health bar of Cozy, who was left at 14 HP. Could have changed the round there if that didn't occur as well. But some great shots, and nonetheless, L7 takes the round.
Yeah, I mean, after whiffing and essentially losing that round for his team, to come back and start off with a first blood classic against a Phantom, and then to get 2 more kills with the Sheriff, I mean, what a way to bounce back. And look at how aggressive L7 are being right now. I mean, JukeBox has all of mound control, And they just made all of this noise up B main, but they know JukeBox is here now after those stuns. They're just gonna try and play this. I mean, surely you'd assume that there's more than just one player contesting this, and I think they're so scared that there's more than just Neon, and that has completely halted this push into Mound. And now with that smoke being there, in the eyes of PN, I mean, they have 0 Mound control, and Mound control is completely given up to the defenders. And now Scooter completely hears, oh, what a shot, completely hears the rotation through to A, and now we have PN running into a stacked site. I mean, a really tough situation. I mean, they have all of the map essentially, but if Bomb wasn't stuck in tree, it would be a completely different situation. Maybe try and go through Link, but I mean, this is just so tough. They're completely pinched. They know this now. The Skydog comes in from behind. JukeBox finds one off the dog as well. Kirbs finds one in tree. And Scott cleans it up on QueenBee. An unfortunate round.
Yeah, and it looks like we're gonna have another timeout here coming in from the side of PN. I think the biggest thing for PN that they're probably talking about right now is to don't fall for the aggression. Maybe a default to see if they can get a pick on A main, B main, or even Mound with the aggression that they're showing, and then execute off that. I think that the pace of their play is too slow right now, and I think the aggression of L7 is just outmatching that slow play style. I think they need to kind of be aggressive back here in order to start taking back a lot of space that they're allowing L7 just to hold for a good majority of the rounds.
I agree. I sort of disagree with you, but I sort of agree with you as well. I think PN are just playing a little bit too scared. I mean, you saw when there was one player on C, even though it was a Cypher, you know, they hit B. That round did end up going their way. But then you see one player on Mound. Little do they know it was only one player, but there's only one player on Mound. Instead of trying to retake that space, which I think is the right way to go about that, you know, they just held back and waited for them to continue to push out. But when you already have that C Mound space, there really is no reason to continue that, especially if you know that they're right there. So, I mean, I like the default call, but, you know, I think they do need to be slightly more aggressive. And here comes the exec. No trips in sight. However, these trips are just taken back from Kirbs. He just picked them back up. And now this site is almost free. However, there's 2 players on site and just nobody has been seen. Kirbs is going to find Travesty, and Chakhae does get the trade, but BenTenz is quick to trade back. Striker does find the trade on Cozy, but now it's just a one-man show. And Smarties can't find the adjustment on JukeBox, and the pinch has worked successfully. I think that round was very well played, though.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think the site holds of L7 are just very strong. Their game plan, they're executing it to a T. They clearly want to take a lot of space and hold it for as long as possible, but also, you know, they're also not afraid to play retake when they need to, and they realize that they're about to be deathballed. So this is brilliant playing so far.
Yeah, this calling is really strong from the side of L7, and this one way is really exactly what you kind of wanted to see in this adjustment if they're going to be deathballing it towards the C site. Chakhae does find one, can't escape though, and not necessarily an even trade here. So although Gecko in BenTenz is extremely weak, but look at all of this space that JukeBox has continuously been getting. Unfortunately, a really well played double swing from the side of PN shuts that one down. And now this is extremely winnable. If BenTenz can find a kill though, while being one shot, that is huge for the side of L7. It's really gonna come down to that and who can find this first kill. BenTenz, who is weak, is just jiggling, trying to buy some time. Oh my god, and that is the pick that they needed. The bomb is down. And that's gonna seal it.
They've got to destroy the KJ out here though.
Wow. A huge, monumental pick from BenTenz. Seals that round.
Yeah, and like I said, you know, it's just kind of goes back to what we were saying before. L7 is forcing PN to play their game. They're holding space in certain areas of the map and they're not willing to give it up without a fight. And PN seems to be shying away from those fights. And, you know, and that's playing into the hand of L7. And they realize that while the space is being held, they can push up and hold more space across the map. And as a result, they're just dominating here.
Yeah, I mean, rubble control is so important. And, I mean, oh, what a shot from Cozy. And a great shot from Scott as well. The 1-2 punch, the two kings. We Three Kings is really just about King Scooter and KingCozy and their long lost brother. But you see this aggression. I mean, they take this rubble control every time and pretty much just have Neon to hold it. But when that isn't even contested, and like you said, PN are just shying away from retaking these spaces that are so pivotal. It's really tough. And now you're walking into an op with this severe gun disadvantage. Luckily, the smoke comes up and a great shot from JukeBox, swinging before that smoke drops. And now the player with bomb is alone in mid and can't find the kill. So Cozy and King Scooter hold it down in mid and completely halt that push.
Yeah, it's just the door's currently opening right now. Okay. That was strange. There's another cool little bug for us there. The side of L7, they're just being really disciplined and dedicated to what their game plan is, and they're executing it. PN is struggling to make adjustments on how to attack this kind of aggressive setup here.
Yeah, it is definitely an interesting matchup. I mean, wow. I mean, there's nothing you can do about that one. That one's just tough. I like to see this aggressive play from Chakhae. They do know where one player is, but Neon is able to escape. Sort of. They might be able to connect with this kill, but please push through the smoke. I love this aggression. Take this space. You're planning for back sight, so you can't really hold mound. Kirbs was aware, but Chakhae is able to find that pick. Does take some shots.
But might have a timing here from this KJ coming through B side.
Yeah, I mean, this KJ could do monumental things, and that is the one thing that they needed them to do. An excellent lurk from Striker. But now it's a 1v1. The two friends. Molly does come down, and that does stop them from getting half. They hear the reload. They know it's here. And the adjustment is there. Striker goes huge for his team.
What a round by Striker there to bring it back to 8-4 going into the next half. Fantastic lurk, and the timing was there to finish the job for the side of PN. If you're L7 here, you know, or I guess PN, I would say, you know, you pretty much have the same comp other than the Sentinel being changed out here. You know, are you going to kind of take a similar approach with this double duels comp where you're very aggressive with your setups and kind of trying to hold that space, or do you think you kind of go back and play a little bit more passively on site, play retake?
I think retake might be the play, being that they do have two duelists on defense. But look at this, a 5-man walk up B. Wow, and QueenBee is able to find one, but JukeBox gets two. And I like this pinch from C. They had complete C main control, and that does bring out this equal trade of 2 and 2. However, the attackers in L7 are far weaker, providing
Well, QueenBee's got a
this
timing here.
pinch can work. Kirbs is able to find one.
Remaining.
And
Or
wow,
JukeBox has got
JukeBox
timing.
pushes through B main, C link. And now it's just a 1v3. Players are weak, but just too many targets for a Classic to get the job done.
Yeah, that was a just a unfortunate situation for PN there. They push out aggressively B, and unfortunately ran into a death ball of five L7 members, and they just didn't quite stand a chance there, and totally lost B. So you know, hopefully they reset here. You know, it's still anybody's game here, and they can pull this one back.
Show them.
I mean, I think the play, the play to pinch B main there was really well thought out from the side of PN. It's just the heads up play from JukeBox to push all the way through, knowing that they had completely given up C control. I mean, a really well played round from JukeBox. Oh wow, and what a flash. That's gonna connect with everybody, but with just too many players, they have to be careful with just a Classic in hand, and that is just easy pickings for JukeBox and the judge. And he's gonna continue and try for some more. Trying to take this space. Just two players left for PN, both holding a ghost. I mean,
Player standing.
an outlaw and a ghost. The outlaw can't connect, prompting JukeBox to swing in with that judge. Now it's all up to QueenBee, who might try to find a pick, but really should just die to bomb here. Try not to give up an orb to Neon, who is frying right now. They know where QueenBee is now, and that is going to be JukeBox second straight 3K.
Yeah, I mean, somebody signed JukeBox. I mean, holy, 17 kills here through 14 rounds. It's been an impressive game from JukeBox, and JukeBox is capitalizing on, I think, the kind of lack of aggression from PN.
I mean, yeah, you look at the complete 9-day difference from PN and L7. I mean, PN haven't even tried taking rebel control once this entire game. Well, maybe actually the entire game, but definitely not during this half. You see JukeBox now probably hunting for this orb, is going to attempt to get this alt orb, actually, is just going to bomb it, and their PN are just going to opt to play full retake. JukeBox still has this judge online, and if they can find a pick with the judge, will be able to alt, and this alt could change the round.
His positioning could be huge here. JukeBox
Oh,
does not
what
see him.
a well-timed. Oh my goodness, and they pushed themselves back in. Unfortunate timing. JukeBox now just secured their ult for next round with that death. But a 3v4, 3v1. Smarties is the only one who has a chance of bringing this round back. But really well-placed positioning from the side of L7. They know where they are now. Two util clearing abilities or space, I don't know what I was trying to say there, but come in and they get the kill.
Yeah, no, that was fantastic work there by the side of L7 on the retake. I think you're seeing a lot of what appears to be kind of maybe miscommunication, lack of aggression, whatever you'd call it, uncertainty on the side of PN, and L7's kind of just capitalizing on it and taking advantage of it to the fullest.
Yeah, and like I said, I mean, rebel control is just willingly given up to the side of L7 practically every round. BenTenz is able to find one, and JukeBox still rocking with this judge despite having that ult online. Will stun themselves, however, there's nobody there, so doesn't really matter. And see, this is exactly the same situation that we saw PN in, where, you know, they recognize that there's two players pinching them from both A main and, you know, from sight on A. And this time L7 has that awareness and just swings into B, takes the site,
Last player standing.
and it's just a massacre at this point. Oh, and everything's coming in.
Wow. And JukeBox with another 3K back-to-back.
Match point.
Not back-to-back, but multiple 3Ks coming out here on the offensive half from him so far. I think that's 2.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's nice to see the Rays playing on A here. Probably is going to send a nade. They're pinging out A main right now, or in rubble. So it looks like they are going to fight for this space. But Neon is also on C here. And oftentimes you see, you know, somebody stacking up with this KJ. But the quick rotate, and I like this call from, you know, PN. They have been getting burned, but they just gave up all of rubble control, and now they might just try and converge on all of these positions from L7, who are just pushing straight into A here, although they might be walking straight into a trap. Oh no, they don't clear the corner, but Chakhae is only able to get one off of that pick. Kirbs trying to swing off of this. They do see one with that Cypher ult, but can't connect through the smoke. The Gecko ult just a tad late. Striker is able to escape with their life. Are they aware that KingCozy is pushing through C-Link? They saw JukeBox do it once, and an unfortunate timing from QueenBee to pull out her dash. Oh, KingofScooters knows exactly where this player is, and they know that they're one shot. The adjustment is there. 13-4, convincing win from the side of L7.
And yeah, I mean, that was just a really, really well played game there by L7. I think PN had a couple of moments there where they just continued to kind of play, you know, almost scared Valorant, where they didn't seem too confident in exactly what their game plan was and their plan of attack. And L7 took that game convincingly as a result, just because of their conviction to hold space and then fight for any space that they can and constantly hold it. Great game there, right there by L7.
Yeah, and like you said, I mean, you just want to see more aggression from this PN team. I mean, you have two duelists, you know, but they just played almost every round so slowly on both halves. Is what it's really seemed like, and it was unfortunate that they really just did not want to take much space, period, throughout the entire game. And I mean, looking at the scoreboard, I mean, JukeBox had a phenomenal game at 21-10, and you know, however much of that was JukeBox or PN, you know, is up to everybody's, you know, interpretation. But I mean, Striker trying to hold their own with a 262 ACS as well, doing strong. But I mean, that just looked like an unfortunate lack of map understanding from PN, and Kirbs being their IGL definitely took advantage of that.
Yeah, I agree, and I think it's worth noting though that L7 had 15 of 17 first bloods in that 13-4 win. So if that kind of tells you kind of the story of that game, it's that aggression, the team that was holding the space and was willing to be a little bit more aggressive and fight for space was the more successful team there. In an almost mirror matchup, I mean, the KJ and Cypher, you know, I could see an argument for both of those agents to be in play on Lotus. Personally, my opinion, I think that Cypher's better, but I can understand KJ's ult has a lot of impact too. But you know, just seeing how differently those teams played with almost similar mirror comps, I definitely think L7 had much better of an understanding and game plan of how they planned on using the double duelist comp.
I agree. However, that was L7's
single
map pick,
duelist.
so to go 13-4 is probably what you want to see on that map pick. You know, they might have, PN might have just said, you know, GG's, go next. But go next we shall after a quick 5-minute break. See you soon.
The way that you make me feel like I've never been felt before. One look in your eyes, I found the one I've been waiting for. I'm feeling electric. Our love is electric. The way that you make me feel like I've never been felt before. I'm feeling electric. Look in your eyes, I found the one I've been waiting for. I'm feeling electric. The way that you make me feel like I've never been felt before. One look in your eyes, I found the one I've been waiting for. I'm feeling electric. Our love is electric. The way that you make me feel like I've never been felt before. I'm feeling electric. Look in your eyes, I found the one I've been waiting for.
Bada bing, bada boom. Welcome back. We're bringing another map to you. Yeah, I'm a rapper. Let's go.
When's your album dropping?
Map 2. We got Sunset, which is PN's map pick. I do know from past experience this is their stronger map as well. So I am excited to see what PN can pull out to make this 1-1 happen.
Yeah, I think the key to Sunset here is really just going to be who is going to get control of this mid space and hold it. And if PN kind of plays, kind of scared and, on their back foot the entire game here and allows L7 just to roam around mid and pinch either side away from the mid area, then it's going to be a long game for PN here again. So I think that's going to kind of be the key to success for either of these teams. Is just who can control that mid space, who can hold it and win that mid area. And then it's going to come down a lot on the Sentinel players here. I think there's going to be a lot of anchoring that's going to need to occur here. Being a two-sided map, I think we'll see probably Cypher matchup here. Excited to see who comes out on top here between Striker and Kirbs.
Yeah, I mean, I know from past experience playing against these guys that mid control is something that PN likes to take advantage of, and I mean, Smarties does it all the time. If we see them on Clove, if we don't, but at least when Smarties played Clove, they were always in mid, and when they had a supporting cast around them, it was really difficult to try and retake that control, especially if Smarties is feeling themselves. So I will be interested to see how L7 kind of respond to this and what might be this unorthodox comp from the side of PN, which, I mean, we haven't seen the comp yet, but I think we're about to, because we're off to agent select whenever KingofScooters gets out of the range.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious to see here if we're going to see some more neons.
Whoa. What am I... Wait a second. Everything has gone awry. We are running Phoenix, QueenBee on Clove, plus a Sage, plus Travesty on Chamber, and honestly I expect to see Striker on KO. On the flip side, this is almost the exact same comp that L7 ran on Lotus. The only difference being KingofScooters playing KO instead of Sky.
And BenTenz off of Gecko now.
Oh yeah, you're right. Now I'm getting my teams mixed up.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see. Oh wow, we lock it in here. Seeing Smarties on the Phoenix, taking QueenBee off of Duelist and going into the Clove here. I'll be curious to see how aggressive Smarties is here with Phoenix using the ult, the flashes, in that entire kit. I anticipate that we're going to see a lot of similar style we were kind of alluding to at the beginning when talking about Smarties Clove gameplay. I think we're going to see a lot of that here. It seems like this is their more comfortable map. Obviously, this is, I believe, their pick. So,
yeah. So I mean, clearly they got something cooked up. If this is their map pick and this is the comp they're running with, clearly they have some experience with this comp on this map. So I'm very interested to see. And like you said, I mean, one thing that makes Phoenix so strong is those alts. I say those alts because you're like guaranteed multiple in a game and a half. I mean, it's 6 alt orbs. The only person who also has a 6 alt is Reyna and Diaper, I believe. Knife isn't gonna find anyone, so Scott's gonna try and take some space mid, but like we said, this mid control is very heavily favored from PN. I mean, they love to go for these mid plays. Uh-oh. Flash, clear smoke. And Striker is able to find the first pick on KingofScooters. So already have about half as many first bloods that they had as last game. BenTenz trying to find something through the smoke, but with all these smokes on site, it's hard to find anyone. And now we're close to seeing a flawless PN round, which is something that I don't think we saw once last map. So already starting off on a huge foot. Players are weak, however. But what a round so far. An excellent take through mid, going towards A. And Kirbs can't find the final kill.
Wow, and the flawless coming out of there of PN. I mean, talk about a way to come back from a 13-4 loss on the next map.
Yeah, what a way to make a statement. One thing that is interesting is there is no agent here besides, I guess you could say, Chamber and Sage that have any verticality in terms of positioning for this PN team. You know, you could see some Grimwalls or like a weird Chamber TP, but I'm interested to see how they end up playing this. But look at this triple stack in A elbow. I mean, this could go insane. 2 players, surely there's not a third in that corner. What a swing! Smarties is able to find one and gets huge damage on JukeBox, and Striker's able to get that trade.
Spike planted.
Travesty can't find anybody in mid, and Striker finds one with the KO Molly, which I'm forgetting what the name of it is, but they are just completely pushing out. There's only 2 players left on the enemy team, but they're trying to take this space instead of defaulting onto this hold. A little bit of a dead area here. I mean, really strong take so far from the side of PN, though. One player is going to be spotted, but maybe they didn't spot them. Kirbs just going to dot a bomb here, and is everybody going to escape? Yes.
Wow, and then another great round there by PN. You kind of just seen that aggressive, you know, Valorant playing really well with their team comp. You know, fast site takes, and just, you know, executing, you know, to a T right there. You know, I think there's been one fallen soldier the entire game so far for him. So, you know, great positioning and teamwork.
You know, it's one thing that's crazy that we've seen so far is, you know, for a comp that has 2 Sentinels, to be playing more aggressive than you played when you, oh wow, what a pick from Scooter, than when you had 2 duelists is quite impressive. But all of these Cypher chips are now down.
They found my wire.
So it's completely down for the count. The site is completely open now, but they've missed their timing. Travesty is able to find one. Kirbs is almost connecting with 2. QueenBee does get this trade. And now this is a very winnable situation. Guns are somewhat in the hands of PN. Striker, their top frag at 5-0, has found a Vandal. So if these players can hold this bomb site and get this bonus, I mean, this could be huge and might prompt an early, oh my goodness, an early timeout call from the side of PN. An unfortunate early swing from Travesty is going to get punished, and JukeBox with a great pick on QueenBee, but great damage from PN.
Yeah, and that was just a great retake there by L7. Seems like they calmed down a little bit there, and you know, were able to you know, execute well there. They waited for everybody to kind of group up in that main space just outside of spawn before they decided to go and not take a bunch of 1v1s, and I think that's why they were successful there.
Yeah, and despite, you know, only having 2 left alive, L7 actually has somewhat of a strong buy here. I mean, JukeBox has the Neon ult, And, you know, we've seen people do damage. Oh no. With a Marshall, and that's one kill. Can't find a second though. Really good adjustment, and a 3K from Striker goes huge. And now it's all left up to Kirbs, who only has a Sheriff, but surely will find a gun on this ground if QueenBee doesn't have anything to say about it. And they're caught trying to pick one up. Wow, huge round from Striker. Making some noise when they're not on Sentinel.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, that's just one of those rounds where you kind of tip your cap and you move on. I mean, you know, great play there by Striker. Spray transfers 3. You know, I mean, what can you do, you know, besides tip your cap and, you know, trudge onward.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be happy with one. Obviously, I'm kicking myself if I'm JukeBox, because I could have killed Striker, you know, with my ult there and completely stopped that entire round from happening. But I mean, like you said, you gotta tip your cap. Oh my goodness! And JukeBox swings, and interestingly enough, is protected by the paint shells. The paint shells blocked the swing, and Smarties wasn't able to see them. So they get caught out in the open, and now this A main control is pretty much in the hands of I'm sorry, L7, but Striker showing that he's the king of mid. Able to get one off of that flash in mid. Now just a little bit of a reset, but look at JukeBox is now realizing that they may have pushed off and is pushed up and probably should be calling for a rotate towards B. They know that they're not A main anymore. Kirbs needs to find one, can't find the pick, and is left at 45 health. Cam is going to spot all 3. Bomb does go down as well. And an absolutely monumental pick from Kirbs. Could have equalized into a 3v3, but became a 4v2, and now Striker's position is known. Bomb is walled off from his own team. An excellent shot. Can't find the kill on JukeBox. Almost did though, and that could have gone in PN's way.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I think it's kind of back-to-back rounds. You know, one side, you know, JukeBox maybe whipping the kill on Striker, and Striker picking up 3 there. You know, and then Queenie there missing a few shots on Kirbs there. You know, Kirbs able to pick up a big frag there to kind of give them some good motivation, or you know, and momentum in that round.
Yeah, but I mean, despite winning that round, look at the econ from L7. I mean, they still have an extremely weak buy, and with that KO ult now, I mean, this site is completely free. I mean, Cypher trips go down, bomb gets planted, and they have a major gun advantage here. No more intel from Cypher either. Cam's broken. However, wow, KingCozy is consistently finding a pick with the Sheriff, proving that, I mean, he really may be a top player in this division, aim-wise for sure. Great adjustment from Kirbs, but QueenBee does have that ult. The Clovalt can't find anyone. Oh my god, they just converge onto site. They jump on top of that wall and completely catches everybody off guard. Striker, with all of the noise going on, doesn't hear the TP behind them, and what a round from L7.
Yeah, KingCozy, the rookie, which some would say for Apprentice, you know, coming through with a lot of big rounds here throughout the entire match day, but that one being the most recent with the 3K. Weaker buy, and comes out with a Vandal and a round win for his team.
Yeah, I mean, what a round. I mean, this is twice now that KingCozy has gotten a 3K on a round where he started with a pistol. I mean, you saw it with the Classic on Lotus, and now with the Sheriff. I like that TN is going back to this mid control though. Smarties is going to get full blind, and they hear this aggression. Still full blind though, finds one though, a really good adjustment onto Kirbs, and that ult is going to give them full health. However, site is completely given up. I mean, B site is completely PNs, and now bomb is just now going down. However, Travesty has plenty of space on A. He might have a crazy lurk going. However, nobody is on the side of A now, and they're still slow walking. So hopefully they do pick up the pace and they don't mess up their timing here. Wow, how does that connect? Really good pick from Smarties, is able to get 3 on the round. And now Travesty, who is weak, is hunting for this flank. An excellent escape from QueenBee, but KingCozy has 3 of their own. Both players extremely weak. They know that they're not on bomb. Surely they're sticking it now. Oh no, but the whiff comes in. KingCozy with the 4K. But he didn't get half. Oh my god.
Oh.
Sworn he had half. That's so unfortunate from KingCozy. A 0.65 seconds left on that defuse.
Wow. That was a great round there by KingCozy. You know, maybe it was a ping thing where he thought that he had the spike. 2-half. I know I do that occasionally from time to time. But you know, a great round there by you know, PN. The lurk was quite a bit slower than probably needed, but it ended up working out.
Yeah, seriously. A little early A aggression. Similar to how they were playing Lotus, taking these main holds and really trying to utilize that. But however, one thing that is completely different from Lotus is that Lotus doesn't necessarily have a mid, and PN has consistently been taking this mid control, and now Kirbs has to try and escape for his life. JukeBox now prompting to use this ult. Might be able to find something, and actually needs to find something really for this round to go their way. BenTenz is able to get one, and JukeBox finds one as well. Travesty does find the trade on BenTenz, but I mean, to be in a 2v3 situation is really, really strong here. However, Travesty finds a really nice kill on Kirbs and finds one on JukeBox, who just slides completely past them, and now it's all up to Scooter. We've seen him do some crazy things before, but when you're getting pinched and Chakhae is jiggling and Travesty is being loud behind you, what are you gonna do? You can't split your attention.
Yeah, I mean, that's just another great round there by PN. I think you know, with this double sentinel comp, you know, it's really impressive how much control of the map they're able to get and how aggressive they're being.
Yeah, and I mean, an interesting round to come. I mean, another weak-ish buy, but again, JukeBox rocking with this Judge, trying to hold these aggressive angles, but unfortunately, the 3 players who were on B have realized that they picked the wrong site, and now Cozy has gotten themselves into an interesting spot, and Smarties actually gets screwed over by their own util. And now it's a 3v5. Chamber ult online, can't find one. Oh my goodness, and that's how you punish an op, is get close. JukeBox was weak, however, but QueenBee with an ult and a Sage ult as well. An excellent play to be on top of the Sage wall there. Sage could get a res here on one of these players while this wall is up, and Queenie is now hunting for this ult. Really, really strong res ult bait to try and get Queenie her kill, but it doesn't work out quite. But now it's all up to Chakhae, and 2 smokes completely isolate them, and walking through the smoke right into the gun barrel of KingofScooters. And 4-5 round. Different.
Yeah, I mean, just another you know, neon masterclass here by JukeBox. You know, the mobility of that agent really allows for you know, him to punish people with those small mistakes. The reload time of that chamber ult, you know, was costly there. Missed a shot, and the teleport time, and it's punished.
Yeah, and you see, I think L7 now has realized that, you know, every time they've given up this mid control, they've pretty much lost the round, and are opting to now close this door and try to play a bit more reactive to this. Oh my goodness. Try a bit more reactive. Oh, what a TP! Completely bamboozled, gets away again. Can't find the pick on the Phoenix ult. Smarties finds one more. Can't find a second though. But look at all this noise that was made in mid, and A is essentially free now. If everybody just converges onto this neon, it might just play out. They are full blind at this point. Smarties almost whiffs, but is now on pace for an ace. Is weak, however, with no util available, so is going to need to play off of their teammates if they really do want to get this ace. Are they aware of the push through mid though? Queenie looks like they are aware of this flank. But after noise being made CT, they don't seem to be quite aware. Oh my goodness, how did they get away with this timing? Scooter is able to find one though. Smarties gets found. And just a couple whiffs from Travesty off of that raised mobility. Now 5-5 half.
You know, and on the side of you know, PN, you know, sitting 5-5 with double sentinel on attack, it's nothing to bat an eye at here. I mean, you got to be pretty happy with how this game is turning out so far, because you can only imagine that your offensive half is not your strongest half here. So, you know, just keep pushing here, and you know, maybe they can pick up a second, you know, another 2 rounds, another round possibly here, and you know, cruise into defense with a pretty good lead.
Yeah, and speaking of those cups, however, you do see 2 duelists from L7, so they also might be thinking something pretty similar, and where like, hey, I'm pretty happy that we have at least 5 rounds on what should be their weaker half. Whoa! Great pick from Travesty. Huge adjustment. I mean, got theirs plus 1.5. I mean, how do you come away with a kill there? An excellent play from L7 and just gets punished by great gameplay. Now with that Omen ult coming in, they're now aware that this flank could be pried open. And Travesty is still on this mid lurk. Oh my goodness. That ult could have been dangerous, but BenTenz does take some damage, but nobody's spamming. They're just sticking it. They have stolen this round. Travesty is just too late. QueenBee can't find a pick through the smoke. And oh my goodness. It just slipped through their fingertips.
Yeah, a really good site take there. A really good opening pick. A lot of damage done to KingCozy there by Travesty. But on the flip side, that lurk was, you know, very late, and it appeared to be costly there for PN. And you know, as a result, they lost the round there.
Yeah, really, really unfortunate for PN, and honestly, probably somewhat of a tilting round. However, look at this play from L7. They fake this mid presence as if they're holding mid, and they instantly rotate back towards A. Really well played from PN to get them to shoot that KO knife as if it was a blind. Oh my god, a great adjustment from Chakhae as well. KingCozy does find that trade, but another kill from Travesty on the lurk. Okay, maybe check that PC. Finds a kill through the smoke. And now it's all up to KingofScooters. We've seen some heroics from them before, but is this the round? No. It is not. Not with aim like that.
Switching sides.
What a great half there on both sides. Just good gameplay overall, and I'll be interested to see how the side of L7 with the double duelist plays into the hands of the double sentinel comp. You know, will they be aggressive in the mid space? You know, no cipher trips to kind of hold push. So, you know,
True.
there's not a lot of predictability on, you know, maybe the site that they'll end up at.
There are no trips, but there will be a Sage Wall. So it will be interesting to see how that plays a role in this half. But like you said, I mean, 6-6, it certainly seems like the two Sentinels and the two Duelists have kind of equalized themselves. Full blinded, decides to swing back out and is still able to find one. The fact that PN came out of that engagement on top, plus more, because KingCozy is weak, but Travesty does take the gun out, but KingCozy heard them and just can't find one, and still saves that paranoia for the take here. So two players extremely weak on the side of L7, so this is very doable. Just all up to Smarties, who is there, also caught a really nice timing. Oh my god, disrespected. Now once again the doctor calls King Scooter to be the vaccine to the virus known as PN, but the virus takes over.
Wow, I mean, just a pretty crazy round to start off. I mean, the great flash there by Striker. Chakhae is able to pick up one, and then Striker re-swings into three people, picks up one, and they pretty much get KingCozy down to one tap there. So I mean, that initial trade was well worth it, and you know, set them up for some success. Yeah, that's a new trip that a lot of people use just because of the coverage that it has.
Does L7 know they don't have bomb? I think they do. Yes. However, taking a page out of the book of PN. Oh my gosh, Striker gets 3. Do they know that JukeBox is in? Surely they will now. And now Striker is on for the ace, has the heads up play, does not dodge the stun, but it's all cosmetic. Tries to get the ace, can't find it. Kirbs shuts that down, and QueenBee with the trade. What a bonus.
Yeah, I mean, if you know how to use that bulldog, I mean, let it loose. I mean, Striker there with the 4 great kills, almost gets the ace. But you know, the stun actually changed from cosmetic to an actual stun there, and he misses the shot on Kirbs there to finish off the ace.
Yeah, stuns are only cosmetic to the person that dealt them. So if you get stunned by a breach, you know, or ulted by a breach, you can just one tap them. It's not a big deal. Same thing with the neon, just one tap them. You know what I mean? It's cosmetic to them, but everybody else, it's not. I like this outlaw play from Travesty. It can be really strong in situations like this where not everybody on the enemy team will have full shield, and what a stun from JukeBox. And look at that. A really great pick from Travesty. Is left on 5 health, however, but retreating into elbow with their fellow teammate Smarties, they might be able to do some damage. I like the hold. I like the reposition with this outlaw. However, really nice cage. Actually wasn't. Gave an opportunity for Travesty to find one more kill. Oh my goodness, and Travesty does find one. Smarties finds another, and now it's a 2v3. However, 2 players are weak. And this could get dangerous. Travesty finds one and another. So picking up a 4K, going absolutely massive. I said at the start of this round that that outlaw could do some work, and work it did.
Yeah, I mean, just a great retake there. Travesty gets that first kill, falls off, is getting sprayed by the entire team, runs away to regroup with their team, and you know, and then they you know, held their space really well. They didn't clear elbow, and as a result, they paid the price for that decision.
Yeah, and so far it's looking like the double sentinel comp is proving to be stronger than the double duelist here. But
Switch it up.
I
Just
mean,
for fun.
we've seen Cozy do some crazy things with this sheriff. So the question is, will we see more? And JukeBox back to the shotgun antics as well. However, they do have their ult online, so it's 100% possible that they find a kill here and try to take some kind of space. They do hear that sheriff though, and that does make Striker back off a little bit. Doesn't want to get picked by a 300 credit weapon. But here comes the exec in a really nice split push right now, and Striker does pop the ult. Chakhae finds 3, and are we going to see another 4K from another PN player? I mean, these players are just going absolutely massive. 4K, 4K, 3K for this PN team. I mean, at what point do you say it's, you know, is it you're making the wrong call, or is the other team just shooting?
I think it's a combination of both, to be honest with you here. I think PN has found another gear here, you know, with their aim. Their aim looks a little bit more crisp. I think they're playing with a lot more confidence, and I think as a result, you kind of get that confident aim.
Yeah, I mean, they're playing aggressive, and like you said, they're playing extremely confident. And it's definitely working out for them. I mean, you see all these kind of aggressive angles that are being held, and
yeah, it's
they
the
just have no
classic look
fear.
good, feel good, play good, you know?
Oh yeah. I like this little bit of default though. Might be the correct answer here to the aggression that PN has been showing. I really do think though that that play, that B split last round from the side of, oh my goodness, how are you to expect that? From the side of L7 really was the right play, and it was just unfortunate that their opponents had a pop off round. I think I would revisit that. Sometimes you need to know when it was the right call. Just unfortunate execution. And here comes that B split. Chakhae still is able to find one, but KingCozy does get that trade. Striker caught with their knife out, and Cozy finds 2 on the round. So like I said, Cozy, when getting a sheriff in their hand, tends to do some crazy things here. Oh my goodness, QueenBee almost finds a kill. KingCozy now hunting for the ace. Travesty shuts it down. Now they're in a 1v3 with all of their util. However, it is Sentinel utility. And BenTenz is able to pick up that final kill. Really good bounce back round.
Yeah, no, that's a great round there. I think the default to kind of feel out the positioning of PN was really good there. But I do agree with you. I think that split onto B, just kind of quick and aggressive before the rotates can come in. I know there's not a lot of util that can prevent this push, and I think it could be an effective method.
One thing you saw last round that you haven't, oh my goodness, almost finds 2 Smarties, but oh, was that an Omen TP that we just saw? An Omen ult in the backside? It was, and that completely catches PN off guard. Now players are extremely weak, and Res is online, so technically this could still be a 4, yes it is a 4v4. The bomb is down and time is ticking. Second flash is going to pop out. Are they ready for KingCozy to be on top of box here? Time is wasting. There is the first pick, and they do TP. Wow, what a TP actually. Cozy is able to find another one. And now it's all up to QueenBee, who has found their second life, but not their second win. And JukeBox finds that kill.
The Omen tech's coming out here, and you know, just a fantastic job by KingCozy there. I didn't even know that teleport was a thing, to be totally honest with you.
Me neither.
But you know, Omen mains do Omen main things, and you know, take a note out of that book, any players that want to learn Omen.
Yeah, seriously. One thing that we saw 2 rounds ago that you know, L7 were able to capitalize on was a Cypher lurk, which didn't happen last round. However, they were still able to take A without a hitch. But now we see this Cypher kind of lurking once again. Do they clear this? Oh my goodness. Chakhae is able to find 2, tries to find 1 more, and they get it. Cosmetic stun has been evoked, but JukeBox is able to capitalize on that without taking a lick of damage. However, Striker is also weak and is somewhat alone on site. However, they do now have QueenBee next to them, who has an Odin, and that is an Odin.
That is in
Odin
fact
doing Odin things.
an Odin, and you know, a great round there by PN to kind of change up, you know, what they've been doing. You know, they've shown aggression in the B main area, but just at the doorway, they haven't really, you know, tried to progress forward and aggress forward.
Yeah, I mean, it's been quite the half. I mean, PN looked really strong, and it's very evident that this is their map pick. Oh my goodness, Chakhae is on a heater. I mean, this is what they should have been doing when they were on Raze, but now they're on a Sentinel and they're just taking dry swings, and it's working. Being on top of the Sage Wall, all the acrobatics, Kirbs finally shuts them down. But when do you, I mean, when do you find an answer for the 1-2 punch of Chakhae and Striker? I mean, together, both of them have been ripping 3K after 3K. It's just a massacre at this point from those 2 players alone, it seems like.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, you know, you see that aggressive plays coming out on the side of PN. While they were aggressive, they kind of held just the main area. They didn't try to push forward. In the last 2 rounds, they've kind of caught L7 sleeping just because of that aggressive push. That's kind of just started happening now later into the game. And I don't think L7 was quite ready and expecting it. So good adjustments there from PN.
Yeah, and it's now on to match point. The 1-1 about to be realized. JukeBox with an op this time. Kind of an interesting choice. Doesn't like to use the real guns.
We have
Only likes the judges and the ops. But the wall is going to get fully broken. Completely takes over this B main area. But look at this lurk from QueenBee. They hear KingCozy. They know they're rotating away. And BenTenz gets one. I mean, no roses from BenTenz today. And what a flash from Striker. Isn't able to find a second. But JukeBox now understanding why they chose the op, because for the close range engagements, they have their ult online. Chakhae trying to find a body to ult, and what an adjustment. A huge pick from Chakhae. Now it's all up to JukeBox and KingCozy to close out that round. And the op online made that one easy pickings.
Great job there by JukeBox to create some pressure there. KingCozy with the hold out on the push out on A main, catching both players kind of off guard, and then to be able to get away there with your kill and the discipline to not try to swing that second player, set that up for success.
And Smarties forgot to buy. So an interesting situation that might just let L7 try and get back into this game. I mean, nobody really is mid. JukeBox holding with an op, and I mean, what are you supposed to do about that? Striker finding a kill under the door. I mean, these guys are just shooting. Oh my goodness. Struggles against the classic. BenTenz is able to find the kill on Smarties though. Oh no! And that's top frag down. So now it's all up to Rael and QueenBee. But like I said, I mean, there isn't a res online, but they're nowhere near the bomb site.
Spike planted.
Stuck behind a Cypher trip. I mean, they were scared of Cypher trips on Rays. It's clearly, they have some kind of PTSD. They didn't want to shoot it and walk through in B main as well. Opting to save here.
Yeah, and I think the save is a smart play. I mean, it allows them to, have quite a bit of money going into these later rounds. All they need is one round here, so no need to, be silly and, waste credits in crucial times.
Yeah. No need to force anything. Just play as a team. Hopefully your duelist will buy a weapon this time. And, just hope for the best. Kirbs goes down, though. That could hurt the economy for L7, actually. Luckily, JukeBox has had this op for a while now and will be able to buy their teammate, but interesting decision to try and get an alt orb from the bomb. But again, I mean, I kind of like this op in mid, though. I mean, you saw the kind of aggression from PN going into mid, and now you have an op holding it, so there's not much really you can do about this mid hold any longer. Oh my god, Travesty almost finds one, but has to TP out, sees multiple, and a quick rotate. So 3 players on A. I don't know if they saw 3, but they are fast hitting B here. And Cozy, who is extremely weak, is going to find another one of those vertical angles. Striker can't find one, but the ult is online, so we have... Wait, what? An interesting Phoenix ult out of A main. But there is still 2 ults online from the side of PN, and Cozy is weak, so it's not entirely impossible here. BenTenz is able to find one. Can the spray transfer come? Oh, surely Cozy is able to go down, and now it's a 3v4 tail ult online. KingofScooters can't find one. Now it's just all up to Kirbs and JukeBox. Can they steal this one? Striker finds a kill on the op, and now it's just a 1v4, and that is going to do it. 1-1 L7 PN.
Wow. That, that's just a great comeback from that rough first map that PN had, and that just shows you that having a good mental and being able to make adjustments, you can come back and have a pretty great victory against a really good L7 squad, and totally turn the tides of how that last match went.
Yeah, I mean, I still am just kind of in awe with, both Striker and Chakhae or Riel just taking over that entire map. I mean, the amount of multi-kills they had. I mean, you just look at the first bloods from Chakhae alone. They had 7 first bloods, and they're a Sentinel. They're a Sage player. I mean, how do you get away with that? It's really, really well played from PN. They had some shooters, and I mean, they absolutely just punished L7, and I don't think they had an answer.
Yeah, I think that's just one of those, you can take. It's almost like the old saying where you can take the boy out of the city, but you can't take the city out of the boy. You can take somebody off of the duelist role, but you can't take away the mechanics of the player. And duelists, generally have, good aim, are aggressive players, and that's what you kind of started seeing out of Chakhae. So great props to Chakhae for stepping up to the plate and playing that Sage to perfection, that aggressive Sage.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of different roles, though, I mean, the night and day difference between Striker and Striker on Initiator versus when they were on Sentinel. I mean, they definitely played well on Sentinel. They were the top frag for their team when they played Sentinel, and they are still the top frag on their team now playing Initiator. However, it was significantly more. I mean, they dropped 26 instead of 15 kills. I mean, it's really interesting to see. Maybe you try and switch somebody onto like a permanent sentinel role, but I mean, Striker looks really strong on that initiator role, so it'll be interesting to see how this team plays out.
Yeah, most definitely, I agree. I think that that's one of the things that you kind of see early on in the season, though, is that you know, there's those players that can kind of flex, and you know, maybe you find that, okay, these comps that tend to work for us, these maps tend to work for us, and you know, you kind of organically find your role. You know, I think that a true flex in the Apprentice tier isn't really something that we see a lot. You know, the last one I could think of was last season with Uklar. Played a lot of different roles for LG. But, you know, other than that, I can't think of a ton that were able to truly flex onto many different agents and be effective.
Yeah, but without further ado, I think we do have Striker coming in for an interview soon. I think we will go over, say hi, say what's up, give him some questions, and send it off. Hello.
Hello.
Interesting series. I love to see that it went 1-1. It was an interesting first map, but it wasn't your pick, so for it to not go your way is completely understandable. I do have a couple questions for you, if you're ready.
I'm ready.
So, I guess we'll start with an open-ender. How do you come back after a 13-4 loss and just absolutely stomp, for the most part, providing, you know, you lost a couple rounds because Smarties forgot to buy, but how do you come back and essentially stomp on your map pick?
I think, you know, we, as a team, we kind of pride ourselves on our strong kind of vibes, and I think we kind of realized that we were almost like overthinking, and we were trying to like bet it as a team, play really well together, and I think in our attempts to play together and play like technically correct Valorant, we lost the forest for the trees, and our kind of micro play was suffering for macro goals, and so we kind of just went for the full kind of shake up, get the taste out of everybody's mouth, and just return to a much simpler, everyone on like a peak kind of comfort style pick, and kind of just adapt and call around that, and just have fun. You know, it's a free league, so you know, have fun, let the vibes reign supreme, and remember, sometimes if you just think you're better, it kind of works for you.
Absolutely. Confidence is key. One additional question, and I'll hand it off to Jordo, and then I might have another one after that. But, I mean, you guys played aggressive with confidence. I mean, you and Rael had this 1-2 combo that just was knocking out everybody on that second map. And that aggression with a comp where you have 2 Sentinels was something that alluded more to the comp that you had in Lotus. What was it? A mindset change, or you know, do you guys just like to play aggressive on, you know, with Sentinels?
I think it's partially a mindset of, I think I was really trying to commit to, I was like in our pre-map talk, I was very much like, we are going to swing. We're going to take these fights. I know, like, looking at the stats for our first 2 maps, even though we were pretty good at our winning, like our initial first duel, so something I wanted to try to expound upon. We didn't really accomplish that as much map 1, but we were able to get on it map 2. And, you know, in those double Sentinel comps, you can kind of have one of those Sentinels be a little more aggressive, especially when they're like this pair of Chamber and Sage, who are not, you know, kind of become one Sentinel when you kind of via their powers combined, less powerful utility than obviously like the Cypher or KJ. but they do have those kind of tricks in their bag with the wall and the TP to play aggressively and kind of feed into the energy that we were searching for to try to reset our mental.
Like it. Jordan?
Yeah, Striker, congratulations. Good, good second map win there in recovery from map 1. As a newer player coming into kind of a new org, a new team, what's one of the biggest things, from your standpoint that you've done to kind of fill your role? Are you, the IGL? What is your role with the team, and how have you come to terms with adapting into filling in for any kind of the void that your team needs as you guys are, going through the growing pains of early on in the season with a new group playing together?
Yeah, so I guess we kind of felt in our first preseason, I think we felt that we were very disjointed. And so I was asked and decided to step up into the IGL role. It's nothing I haven't done before. I think previously I didn't feel like if I IGL'd, I kind of lost the ability to shoot. And so I kind of made that a priority to like be better compartmentalizing. It also helps having Travesty, who is a very willing secondary caller, and so if I lay groundwork, it's nice having other people on the team are vocal enough for their help with mid rounds, so I can at times turn my brain off and go do the shoot thing. I have like a pretty big agent pool. I think that is like was probably one of my selling points in prospects, and so the ability to kind of bounce between initiator and sentinel as needed, I think provides obviously like that some nice flexibility when we're building our comps on our team, as we have like a good chunk of flexible players, but finding the correct how everyone kind of flexes in together to make a complete picture.
Right.
But everyone in the org has been very welcoming, and the team itself has had good mental, and everyone I think listens and takes constructive criticism really well. And so I think that's kind of allowed us, despite like a slower start than we would have wanted, to maintain good spirits and bounce back. And so I think as we keep looking forward to playing more together and kind of making adjustments and growing together as the season progresses, and try to make a nice little dark horse run like we did in another place not to be mentioned.
I like that.
We will not mention that place, but fantastic job. One final question, Striker. There were multiple times throughout the game in crucial situations where you guys kind of utilized the Sentinel utility, such as Sage Wall, to kind of funnel some of that mid aggression from L7 into kind of like almost like firing squad per se, where you picked up 3 or 4 in market, but you also had multiple times where you had like 3 frags per round. Is that something that you guys plan, or is that something that just kind of organically develops, or is that something pre-round where you guys discuss, this is the plan, I'm going to use my util like this, or is it just something where you guys started to click?
I think a little bit of both, like a lot of good pre-round discussion of like, establishing kind of your buddy pair. And, especially with me and Chakhae, we're very much like pretty tight at the hip. So me flashing for them or them throwing walls to aid me or the slow, kind of always having someone to swing and just take an aim duel with, I think inspires confidence, because you can tell, like, I think they were also like, they're definitely like a confidence and vibes team as well. To a certain level, it feels like, especially kind of the way they got rolling on us in map 1. So I think we've tried to think maybe a little less, but just have good broad stroke ideas and then improvise from there. And so I think it certainly helped knowing that I had, Chakhae and the whole team behind me, but Chakhae was the person I was playing with the most, and the two of us obviously just cut a swath of destruction in some of our early round aggressions.
Yeah, well, one final question before we let you go here. Did you realize that you guys were running a comp that had 4 revive abilities, ultimates?
It was not, I think, discussed or mentioned, but in the back of my head, I'm like, we can die like 9 times in a round, almost. Like, the ability to die is really real right now. I think that helps kind of instill confidence, where sometimes if you know you have the res, you just swing really well, and you just turns out you don't need